Thank you very much, Joe. Indeed, some things to talk about that game. Maybe starting off with, as Trevor highlighted, the new things coming out for Gambit and Aurelia, and a Kassadin, the reward Kassadin for the first time. What did you guys make of the comps? Maybe Mr. Raleigh first.
I don't really like Kassadin that much because your damage is too less, and you go after 3 ultis. I like the Aurelia pick. If they could abuse the fact that him and Kha'Zix is stronger 2v2, but that didn't really work out.
Yeah, so for me, looking at the game itself, when you log in Aurelia, you log in Kha'Zix, you log in Kassadin, it's a clear image, or you're really showing you want to have these bruisers who can jump in the middle of the fight, survive the damage. That's why we saw the build from Alex going very tanky, of course, Kha'Zix with his ultimate, and Aurelia just being a bruiser. But it's a comp. If you fall behind, you don't have any damage, and you're not tanky enough. So it meant whenever they tried actually to teamfight ROCCAT once they were behind, they would go in, they would tank up some damage, but they wouldn't kill anyone. They wouldn't go close to kill anyone. So in that case, when you have this bruiser lineup, and that's why the Kassadin pick was there, it was not there to burst someone down, it was there to go in, tank some damage with the rest of the bruisers, kill the first target, could be the Jinx, no mobility, and then from there on, simply just be able to out-sustain ROCCAT in the team fights.
Do you feel that Alex maybe made the adjustment, he made the pick, he made the adjustment in the build, but he didn't make the adjustment in his head and his playstyle?
No, it's nothing about playstyle. It's simply Gambit falling behind as a team. And also, as we talked about during the game, when a key member like Darian, as a bruiser in a bruiser comp, falls behind, gives up like 6-7 kills, he's a non-factor. He will do nothing in the fights. He will go in, and we saw fight and fight again. ROCCAT would just turn around and just kill him because he was so squishy. And it also meant for him, once it got to like split pushing, which was something Gambit maybe could have tried to do, Aurelia giving up 6-7 kills, and then Jax. Like, you're never going to be Jax one-on-one.
Mr. Raleigh, maybe talk me through the bottom lane, which ended up being in the top lane versus each other, and a Jinx pick, which could have been quite dangerous, but it did work out for them.
I think the matchup is kind of a skill matchup because you have hooks you can hit and you have bobs you can hit. So it's kind of situational how the lane is going to go. But if I had to give it someone, I think Lucian Nami is better because the Nami E can proc on Lucian's passive, so you have like a double damage. So yeah.
You guys, of course, ran that a couple of times as well, so you know very much what you're talking about. Then going into Game 2, Gambit now it's kind of the same scenario that Alliance was in just earlier here today. What do you think they have to alter the Fisho going into Game 2?
Well, first of all, if they do want to run this bruiser comp where they need to be a hit to actually have enough damage in the team fights, they obviously need to make sure they don't make the same mistakes early game like they did here. They got caught out multiple times in the game. Hooks from Vandal landing, Cocoons landing from Yankers, giving kills onto ROCCAT. They also started the Baron. Yes, okay, they actually died after the Baron, but at least it was where ROCCAT really started to get ahead. And then there's a Dragon fight where, again, once again, the goods engaged by ROCCAT starting the fight, and from there on out from Gambit's side, if they make these mistakes, if they get caught out of position and they play at this comp, which is very unforgiving when you do give up free kills, there's nothing they can do really. So Darren, first of all, needs to stop feeding. He needs to stop giving up so many kills. I know it's harsh to say, you know, he was a target, but you can't have him give up these many kills, especially if you play Kassadin, because you need the damage elsewhere. Kassadin is good at cleaning up, he's good at chasing team fights. He's not good at killing people by himself. The old Kassadin will jump in just 1v5 everyone. Sure, new Kassadin, you need to be more tanky, you need someone else to do the damage, and then you start cleaning up, and if someone drops low, you can chase forever.
All right, well, Darian did say in the pre-show, I do not fear death, and we did see that right here. We'll see how it goes in the next game, of course. But now we're going to check in with you guys at home, because today, of course, earlier we asked you on Twitter, which European LCS team have you learned the most from this split and why? Here are a few of your responses. The first one is from Aether Lol. I think I've learned the most from ROCCAT with their good rotation and focused team fights, and well, they did show up here today.
Definitely show up today. Early game, been an issue for them early in the season, was a bit the same here actually. Bit of a shaky start, but then once they got to rotation, got to team fights, they really pulled ahead. The combo worked really well in team fights, good protection onto Jinx, so they managed to peel off from Gambit whenever they tried to kill Celaver. So I would say, for me, ROCCAT, when it comes to learning from a team, it's more how many picks you can actually pull out and make them work. In the start of the season, we saw Mordekaiser, we saw Talon. Of course, you played against ROCCAT so many times. How is it actually to make a pick and ban phase against ROCCAT when you know they have all these weird picks?
It's very, very weird because you never know what to expect. When they picked Mordekaiser against us, we had no clue that they even picked it. And even the first game we played against Pantheon Malphite, we never ever expected to see a Pantheon. So it's very, very weird to play. But if yeah, if you can find the right counter, it's kind of an easy game.
The second tweet is from @AlexMike20129. I learned the most from Fnatic. They taught me that a losing streak means nothing, and you can still come out strong and win. And yeah, what a season they've had so far.
What a season. I mean, Fnatic getting the second place, I don't think anyone during the losing streak said, yeah, Fnatic, of course, they're going to get second place in the league or even battle for first place, because everyone was like, what's going on? Fnatic are performing so poorly. And of course, turning it around, you as a player, you know it yourself, you're now in a situation where you're facing relegation. I mean, when you're on these losing streaks, what is it you tell yourself? Like, how do you turn it around?
It can be very, very hard. For some players, they give up, and some players just get more motivation. For example, me, I get way more motivation. So I really want to win and want to qualify on my own. But yeah, some other players kind of give up and get sad. So yeah.
Don't give up, guys. The last one is from @Jury99. SK Gaming. They have showed that you don't need 5 perfectly mechanically skilled players for winning. You need team play, and indeed, that team has gone through such an evolution here.
It's absolutely fantastic to see them now. Early in the season, people were looking at the names saying, well, they're going to be like one of the bottom teams in the LCS. I believe actually there was a vote on Reddit before the whole season started where SK was like dead last as number 8. So people obviously didn't believe in them looking at the names, but the teamwork, the rotations they do as a team, and then N-Rated with his big brain, I mean, it is beautiful to see how N-Rated comes in there, gets comfortable with the team, and all of a sudden you start seeing these tactics Fnatic used to play when he was on there. So big credit to N-Rated and SK Gaming.
Yeah, and Mr. Riley playing against Candy Panda and N-Rated, it's quite a pickle.
Yeah, well, yes and no. The main problem is that we have to meet a Svenskan every time we get 2v2. But yeah, SK is a team we can all learn from, especially my own team, because we are kind of at the opposite of SK. Like, we are 5 people that is really good mechanically and plays like solo queue. So we can definitely learn a lot from SK.
Very good. You highlighted Svensker, and indeed, what a fantastic performance he's had here in the split so far. You guys at home, thank you for sending those in, and keep tweeting to us @LOL Esports with the hashtag LCS to keep the discussion rolling. We're going to step off the Rift for a brief break, but stay close because Game 2 between ROCCAT and Gambit is coming right up. And of course, one of these teams will be going on to face the Spring Split's #1 team,